I want to assure Esther that the zip line is a great thing. I want to share a story. First of all, I appreciate the contrast that you gave me by not calling on me until now. I have been.
So use your time wisely.
I've been speaking ease and grace over my life for the past 2 years, and I found that I was getting a little bit bored because everything was just working out. And so I woke up.
A little trauma does sharpen the focus, doesn't it?
I woke up 2 mornings ago with, I need exhilaration. And I couldn't go back to sleep. And so I woke, when I got up, I told my husband, John, that I wanted to do something that was exhilarating. And we went and checked on the excursions. Actually, I went to the library and I met this couple who said, our daughter went on a zip line and she really liked it. And I thought, okay, that would be exhilarating. Way out of my comfort zone, but that would be exhilarating. And so we ended up getting on a zip line tour. And I chose the 3-hour one because it was shorter and smaller. But when we got on the bus, the guide said, who's here for the 3-hour tour? And John and I raised our hand, and we were the only one raising our hand. So we'd gotten on the 7-hour tour. And didn't know it was 700 meters long all the way across the rainforest. But I feel like that is kind of, I feel like things have started to manifest. Like I have big dreams of building a life center, oasis, and doing a movie and a book. And every time they began to manifest, I would get nervous and I'd start pulling back because I saw them manifesting and I thought, oh, could I really do all of this? But the zip lining for me was kind of a symbol because I follow signs for me to really open up and allow myself to do all these things that I know I've been thinking and dreaming about for about 7 years now.
Well, we are certain that every person in this room right now stands in a place of greater capacity and capability to explore and discover and enjoy fabulous success on a number of fronts than they are allowing themselves to do.
Yes.
In other words, everyone is capable of accomplishing more. But we do not encourage pushing.
Yes.
Because there is, while there can be something that feels like progress, there is an amplification of resistance that actually slows you down rather than speeds you up. In other words, knowing the laws of the universe as we do and knowing the current of energy, we so want you to hear us when we say that there are a lot of people, and we're not plotting you in this example as someone who's outside the vortex. Clearly you are not. But there are a lot of people who are in this conversation about in the vortex and not in the vortex, outside the vortex or on the verge of it but not in the vortex, that are using determination and willpower to push themselves in the direction of what they want before the energy is sufficiently lined up that is calling it and bringing it with ease. And as you laid out the scenario here, as you talked about, the ease became boring. Maybe I want a little contrast in order to get the juices flowing. We certainly get that too. But every example of someone who is making it happen before the energy is completely in alignment, even though when they're in comparison with others, in other words, the majority of people that you will meet on the planet are not in the vortex a majority of the time. In fact, the majority of people that you will meet are rarely there. Small percentages of their time, they are actually in the vortex. And so the whole comparative experience of human life experience is comparing each other to others who are not in the vortex. And you've constructed this whole, we have to try harder, you have to play full on, you have to be there, you have to have to do what it takes. You have to have a stiff upper lip. The tough are the ones that keep on going. If you can't win if you don't play. In other words, there are a myriad of subjects and platitudes trying to goose people in or hype people into stronger motion forward. And when you compare the world, most of whom are outside the vortex, you do see those who have more compelling lives and less compelling lives, and you do see those who have greater success and lesser success, but they are still a clump of people outside the vortex. And to compare that success to the kind of success that happens within the vortex, it's just not a place that we are willing to agree. You see, you will never find us in agreement that pushing prior to alignment is a good idea. And maybe that isn't what you were doing, but it's sort of the way you were presenting it to us.
Okay.
And you had a wonderful time.
Well,
it was longer than you wanted it to be. In other words,
I looked at it as I was following my emotional guidance system because I'm very tuned into my guidance system.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. And if those had been the words that you offered to us, then we would be embracing this conversation fully. But the words that you offered to us were different from that.
Oh, okay. Because what I really desire is to teach people to be gentle and easy with themselves, because by doing that...
But you see what you said, and the only reason that we're nitpicking here a little bit is because what you said was, I've been ease and flow, ease and flow, ease and flow, and bored. So I want something stimulating. I want something exciting and stimulating. Mm-hmm. And we say, in the boredom of the ease, you can't get to that. In other words, a little bit of alignment. We're not everyone who is living every day that they're living. This is an arena, a conversation, an orchestration of really, really fine tuning. And we are really fine tuning here because you are powerfully, you started out wanting, most people who are experiencing ease and flow, they have arrived. They are in the vortex. They're experiencing ease and flow. But as we're fine-tuning within the vortex, we want you to realize that resting in ease and flow, this is the thing that made the conversation a little bit off. And it's a new place that we're going. So let's just take our time and go there together. Mm-hmm. We want to establish the understanding that once you come into this vortex, which is energy in motion, and in the absence of resistance, there will be an increasing of energy. There will be an increasing of momentum because, and it's what our friend was talking about just a little bit ago, the vibrational association. In other words, because your inner being is in your vortex and stands, this is so good, as the holder of all that you have become, who knows everything that you've been asking for and stands as the real-time, present tense holder of the vibration of all that you're reaching for. Feel the power of that? When you are in the vicinity of that, because you're in the vortex, feeling ease and flow as you described, just abiding in this vibration. This speaks to what we were talking about the other day as well. We brought this conversation nearly to this place, and now let's drive it all the way home. As you are in the vortex, the association, the missing piece was what our friend before gave us about the association, the vibrational association. That vibrational association, now that you're in the vicinity, associating, becoming the cooperative component with the inner being, your inner being who's already there, already in the full energy of that, it is only natural that your energy will move from peace and ease and flow into flow and into flow and into flow and into more and into more and into more. In other words, in the absence of resistance, you really don't have to hype it at all, at all. So perhaps that's what you were saying. Perhaps your life was showing you were right there. You were ready for something more, and it unfolded magnificently for you.
Yes, and that is what I was trying to say. I
Yes.
didn't articulate it
When you
that way.
listen back to the recording, you'll see what we are getting at. And it's not your words that we are responding to. It's your vibration.
Okay.